What's up everybody, Logan here again with another video coming right at ya. We're finally back in front of the camera. I've really been away for a little bit longer than I expected. Now I did have a couple other videos that I've released, but I have taken a kind of a little break off YouTube just because trading has been taking up so much of my time, but I've also seen better returns than I've ever had before. So it's a give and take, right? Like whatever you put more time into, generally you receive better results from. But I want to take a detour in this video. It's a video I said I would make since April, but I actually took a break from sports betting for a couple months just because of the market in general and everything else, right? In life, things just come up. Back into sports betting now with the NBA playoffs and the MLB season. I had to wear my Tigers jersey today because as you guys can see here, I made $400 off of one bet on them. And then I also lost $20. I'll go into how I did this, turn the 20 into 420 in this video. So essentially, let's start here with, I like to take more risky plays when it comes to sports betting. You guys know when I trade the market, I take safer plays and I generally trade a lot of the price action. But with here, you know, I like to be more risky with it. So today, the Tigers played the Twins and they have a doubleheader, which means they're only gonna play 7 innings in both games. So game 1's already happened, game 2 hasn't yet, and I'm gonna run the same strategy on game 2 tonight. Essentially, the game started, it was inning 1, the Tigers hit a walk-off home run, we're up 1-0. 7 innings in the game, so I go to the run line, and you can bet on the total runs, right? This is where you bet on how many runs is the game gonna finish at. So what I did here is I put $20 in my account on 3 different plays. So 60 in total. I did the 1 and 2 total runs, the 3 and 4 total runs, and the 5 and 6. You guys can see the odds of plus 2,000 was saying that the game was gonna finish with either 1 or 2 runs in it. So if the Twins scored, that one's already off the table because if it was 1-1, they can't tie in baseball. So I also had the 3-4, which is 200 to pull in, I think it was 130. Yeah, 130 or 150. That didn't hit, so I lost the 20 there, and then I bought the 5 and 6 for insurance in case it was like there were 4 runs scored, you know, in like the 4th inning. So yes, this bet would have completely failed. I would have lost $60 if they went over 7 runs, like 7 or more, right? But with 7 innings, and we also had a debut pitcher, and then we were pitching very well on the Tigers side. After the 1st inning, I got a really good feel for how I figured the rest of the game would go because it was just a 1-2-3, and the Tigers pretty much decided to leave the Twins completely wide open. Like the Twins couldn't get it going. So the game ended 1-0. So I secured my $400 there, and you guys can see on the 5 to 6 total runs, it was either the 4th or the 5th inning. Vegas, and I'm gonna call Vegas like FanDuel or the sportsbook Vegas, they let you cash out. So what I ended up doing here was I cashed out 1940 of the 20 for the 5 to 6 total runs in like inning 4. So now I pulled $20 basically off the table. I mean, I lost 60 cents, whatever. So for anybody in the comments like, yeah, you lost 60 cents, whatever. Sure. The total wager, that 20, I basically pulled it back out. So I only had $40 at risk to either make, right, 400, right, with the total payout of 420, or the 20 up top to pay out 150. So I'd much rather have the 1 to 2 runs happen, but I had insurance with 3 to 4 going into the 5th inning, so they had 3 innings to continue to score on me. And as you guys know, like the odds aren't in my favor for 1 to 2 runs alone, right? Like baseball moves so fast when it actually starts to get going that, you know, I could be 1 home run and they're at 2 runs, right? Like boom, could have been the Tigers or the Twins, right? 2 home runs and this one's already destroyed. What I ended up doing was just playing the probabilities there. By the time we hit the 3rd inning, I think, or 4th inning, I started to watch the game because I saw that the bet was working out, and Vegas let me cash out if I wanted to. They were trying to get me out at 80 bucks, 100 bucks when it was the 1 to 2 runs, but I was like, I'm good. I'm gonna sit on this. And I would say these are bets I would probably never put more than 20 bucks in, even though if I would have put 200 down, I would have made $4,200 on it, which is fine, right? But I think in that scenario, you know, I'd have 200 here, 200 above. Yeah, it would have weighed out pretty nice either way, but if they were to exceed 4 runs, then I'd be out $400. So I'm trying to play it smart, right? So let's take a look at some of the upcoming games and what I look for when I'm sports betting. And the other way that there's two other ways I like to play MLB sports betting, and that is if we come to like the Indians A's, because they're gonna start in 6 minutes here. I like to play the money line. I don't like spread betting because Vegas knows, like, they set these up perfectly, it seems like people who are spreads bettors, most of the people that I know struggle with it, or they're always watching. I think it's a lot easier to just money line it, whether you think the A's or the Indians are gonna win, and I could wager, you know, $20 to win 31.60, right? Which is a pretty solid payout in my opinion. Or I could do the A's for $20 and get paid out $10.64, so I'd make $10.64 on my 20. Good payout there as well. I think it's so simple that I'd much rather be like, okay, I think the Indians are gonna win $20, right? That's my second favorite way. And then my third favorite way to play MLB, if I'm not parlaying something, which if I do parlay anything, it's either strikeouts or inning results, but it's inning results in general, just straight inning results. What I'll do is before the game, I'll put what I think is gonna happen. Let's say a draw, $30 to make 23. And you guys know how quick baseball can go, where it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're out with your money. Every inning you can bet on this. And if maybe, you know, you can do a lead after the second inning. Right now I could say, hey, it's gonna be a draw after 2 innings and put $20 down, boom, make $36. You know, or I could say the Indians will have the lead, even though the game hasn't started. And that's another way I like to sports bet, is just going through the innings and just playing the inning result. And if it's a draw, which is more common to happen because not only is baseball, right, there's a lot of innings where nothing happens, like 0-0. A lot of the time, if a team does score one, let's say that the team that bats second, like at the bottom half of the inning, scores 1-2, you still win that bet. So you have a really solid payout of minus 145, as long as nothing crazy happens. And if you do lose, then you can just accept it and move on to the next play. And it's a lot easier than picking the Indians to win the second inning, and if they don't, and it's just a draw, you know, you'd much rather play the draw, or the A's could win it, and then you're really down on your luck there. So that's what it is for me with sports betting, is like, it's not that I don't take it seriously, but it's just my fun money. Like sports betting, it's not like the market, it's not where, with the market, you know, I'm trying to consistently make money. Like sports betting for me is just fun, and I try to take the littlest amount of money and do the best. And same with like game parlays. Like we could put one on now. If they give me the option to, we could do an inning result. You know, I could say, hey, I think it's gonna be a draw, and then we'll do a third inning result of a draw too, and then we go to the bet slip. Okay, it won't let me parlay it right now. Essentially, you can parlay a couple things, and it could be because the game's starting right now, starts in a minute. I'll look at some parlays, and I might give them a shot too, you know. Could parlay the money line with a second inning result being a draw. Okay, I guess not. Still, I don't know why, but whatever, probably because it's live. Let's hop over to the Cubs Diamondbacks, and let's hop over to the same game parlay, and we could do, you know, we think we could come down to second inning result, we could do a draw, first inning result, draw, go to the bet slip, and do a parlay. Make one, you know, the 175 odds, $20 would pay me 35. You know, I could put that in right now. And then we go to accept and place to win 30, well, I don't want to accidentally place it if I don't want to do this one, but that's a way you can parlay them, you know, 2 inning results in a row, $20, it's a really good payout. So these are definitely my 3 favorite ways to play. And then let's look at tonight's NBA game, because now that I have all this extra money, I'm definitely gonna be wagering on the game tonight. So we're gonna do same game parlay, and I'm thinking about parlaying some Booker points of plus 25 with some Giannis rebounds. I know that Giannis really likes to rebound, so I think we'll do, for him it was gonna be 10 plus rebounds for Giannis, or I was doing 12, one of the two. I think it was 12 or 10, and some other assists that I'm looking at too. So I'll be parlaying some of the players tonight, seeing what kind of payout we can get there. Now that I have this fresh $400 essentially to work with just from today. So that's mainly what I do when I sports bet. I barely mess with golf, I barely mess with UFC, and I'll continue to keep you guys updated, but that's everything for me in this one. I'll have more market content coming out, but I just sports bet on the weekends, occasionally on the weeknights, but I generally just gear myself up for the market in the week and focus on that. So That's gonna be everything for me in this video. I appreciate it if you guys could leave a like, a subscribe, and comment on this one, as it means a ton to me, and I will see you guys in the next video.